Greetings and salutations to you people of the interwebs. So here we are again. Transformers, IDW, the Bold New Era, Issue 8, The Cracks Beneath Your Feet, Part 2. Written by Brian Ruckley, art by Angel Hernandez, Anna Malkov, and Beth mcguire-smith. So a trio of artists yet again. In a nutshell, this can be probably the same thing I said last issue. It's getting better. And so, if it's getting better from last issue, which is getting better than the issues before, therefore, we're on an uphill trajectory, which is a good thing. I think it's called, the cracks beneath your feet, but it seems to me that the artistic team, the writer, have found their feet. It's pace a lot better. Stuff happens, and also character moments, and also info dump plots as well. So it's got me engaged, this issue. So we are gonna basically talk spoilers really from what happens in this issue. Just because I think it's quite an interesting issue. I'd quite like to talk to it. I'd quite like to talk to you, issue. Hello. I'd quite like to talk about the issue with you guys out there. So if you're not interested in spoilers, get ready to turn off. There was another packet of Transformers TCG card game cards in there, and I got one of the Insecticons. Barrage. So now I do have in things that I've picked up, I do have now 3 Insecticons. So that's kind of almost some kind of team. Not only I've got Shrapnel or Scrapnel, whatever they call him, Chop Shop and Barrage. So I don't know if they're going to make a good combination in the game or not. Not really that. Collectible card games sound a bit like another revenue I could spend my money on that I'm already having a good job finding a good way to spend it already. Yes, Cracks Beneath Your Feet, Part 2. We open where we left off. Someone has attacked, or Cyclonus has been spotted by someone, and it's someone's Flame War, who looks pretty cool. I do like. See, this is it. You give me art like this. Cyclonus just launching a smaller bot, just funk. Yeah, because I believe this is the first few pages. Anna Malkov, who I wasn't that impressed with on the on her first issue. She did some of the drawings of, but here, I really like it. It is. This feels like old IDW, really. This feels like, it's got that riff to it where we can see that the designs are based on the toy designs, but not too slavishly. It looks like, I could see, I could squint and I can imagine that when I look at that toy, that's that character. But not so much that... not so much that it's like, oh my god, I'm actually just reading a comic book about a toy. It's not like Toy Story. It's these are the Transformers that are represented like this way in the fiction and that way in the toy, because they are based on the same design rather than them looking like they've just drawn pictures of the toys. That's one of my main complaints of some of the earlier issues. But yeah, it's generally like just all the angles, all the stuff. It's just really, and the fact that we have this really long sort of like people talking, people moving around, people that, and then we can just go, you know what? We're going to spend 3 to 4 pages just having a fist fight. Just a fist fight, just having a good old bit of a fist fight. So it's just something that, obviously once we get to, war, it's gonna the action is going to be on a bigger, more epic scale. So just having a boom, 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 bit of a fisticuffs is quite cool. So we're introduced to this Flame War character, and then what's she called? Flame War's backup, or the person in charge of Flame War is Shadow Striker. Shadow Striker rocks up with a rocket launcher and takes a pot shot of Cyclonus. Oh, the head design. That is a good kind of, monocly type. Hey, I'm an evil lady face. I like it. Yeah. So then we go on to more regular fur. There's back to the abstract angular work of Angel Hernandez. Megatron is going to visit. What's her name? What's her name? Terramax. Something. Termagax. Obviously, Termagax rolls right off the tongue. Termagax. Megatron's gone visiting Termagax. Has a chat with her. She's some kind of old mentor of Megatron's. He's asking her what she's doing. She's saying, "Well, I'm just staying here. I'm happy in my retirement and just chilling out and just doing whatever I want." And so Megatron has that meeting with her, and then when he comes back, he's like, even though he's like speaking Terramax's words of wisdom about the Ascenticons are kind of based on her rhetoric in a way. And then when she comes out of the meeting with her, he's on his phone, dog and bone, going, "Listen, she's out of the way. She's not coming back. So that's a good thing." So Megatron's up to something. He's up to something. She's always good. Then we get back to Bumblebee infiltrating this Senticon guard, and he's just having a nice little chat with Alita, who doesn't seem. She's not the worst of them. She seems to be a very level-headed one of the Senticons. She's not one of the madmen like Quake or Sky. Oh, I don't want to call him Skytread. Flywheels. G1 flywheels. Skytread. Copyright names. Flywheels, Skytread. Yeah, so she seems very sensible. Actually giving him some words of wisdom. It seems like they could do the lad some good. Then we cut to Prowl and Chromia, and they're chatting about Quake to Freud, the Freud droid, who, and they're basically asking him what kind of motivation they are, and Freud just comes out and just starts dropping the bombs, dropping the home truths, dropping the, you know what? Not everyone is happy about the current state of the government because we're being restricted. We're not, the self-restraint, and we're a planet of change, and people change and grow and things like that. And restraining that is like putting a twisty tie over a volcano. It's going to explode. Something is going to explode. Something's got to give. You can't restrain a race that is naturally wants to progress, that wants to change, that is change. The very name, he doesn't say that. It doesn't go into this but the very name of Transformers is they transform. They are a changeable species. And so to put restraints on that, it's the way madness lies. And he should know, because he's Freud droid. He's the premier robot psychologist in this continuity. There's no Rung as yet. Maybe that's what sets it apart, because obviously Rung turned out to be who Rung was, and there is no Rung here. And so halfway through this meeting, when we're expecting things to, where Freud's building up how things are are at melting point and things are gonna blow up. Sure enough, Cyclonus, damaged, comes crashing through the window. Goes, "Sup guys? Yeah, you said you wanted to see me." They take him off to the med bay. They pick up Rung. Yeah, and not Rung, Freud. Pick up Freud. He's as lucky as Rung at this stage. He is the wrong replacement. And he says, "Have you spoken to Paragon yet?" And it's like, who's Paragon? And he's the one Cyclonus really needs to speak to. So yeah, we've got this kind of cool stuff going on. And then right at the end, Chromia's like, "Right, let's go out hunting." Speaking to my boy Sideswipe. Yeah, Sideswipe, boy. And that's it. That's the issue. That's the issue. Like I say, you could tell by how enthusiastic I am about this that this has definitely turned a corner, which is great. It's absolutely fantastic because I mean, it was announced this week that Brian Ruckley, got his name right, is attending TF Nation. And I'm so much glad that he's attending TF Nation when he's producing this quality of comic book than the first arc, which was a disappointment. You know, it's definitely written for trade, the trade paperback, and you know, the conclusion I quite liked, but I felt that it was a very slow start. I'm not going to go back on what I said. I didn't enjoy it, but this brings me faith back into Transformer comic books. Again, next issue, we just have an issue. It just says next issue. Here's a picture of the cover. Just give us a blurb, just a little blurb, just a little tease of what's happening. IDW, just a little tease. That's all you need. Not just like we can look at covers. We don't need to say, "Hey, look, here's some covers you can get next issue." Tell us what's going on. But yeah, Brian Ruckley's attending TF Nation, and I'm glad that I'm enjoying his work currently. That's always a positive, that when the person who's writing the stuff is doing a good job when you meet them. Because I'd hate it if I was like, "Oh yeah, I kind of didn't really bother attending anything Brian Ruckley was saying at TF Nation because I didn't enjoy that first arc," you know, which might have happened if the first arc was, you know, as at the time TF Nation is. But now he's attending TF Nation while I'm starting to enjoy the comic books, then I'm more likely to actually attend any panels that he's at. So that's good. Thank you, IDW. Thank you, Brian Ruckley. And thank you guys for sticking through with me through this as we go through the... Like I said, I'll be at TF Nation. Who else will be at TF Nation? Well, oh, look at this t-shirt. This is like a Galvatron. Whoa, I'm a turtle. Hello, turtle. This is like Galvatron man. I don't know if you can make that out here. Guess who this is from? Yes, that's right. Lucan's Tees. Lucan's Tees, ladies and gentlemen, will be in the Forge at TF Nation selling t-shirts and stuff like that. And so go and see him. Say hello. He's a lovely guy. Lovely shirts. And yeah, and if you see me, say hello to me. We'll bump fists, as it were, because it's that time again in this video where we be excellent to each other. We party on, dudes, and because we deserve it, we'll bump another fist, shall we? Bestow! Fisto!